It's a staggering statistic. According to the Centers for Disease Control, 20% of high school kids will experience bullying.
And the kids who are bullied are acting out, and sometimes violently. Tonight in segment 2, the beginning of a major station initiative for 2 News. We're asking you, our viewers, to join with 2 Works for You against bullying.
The truth is, I am overweight. You could call me fat, and yes, even obese.
She is the Wisconsin news anchor who reignited the conversation about what's acceptable, and she put bullying front and center.
If you are at home and you are talking about the fat news lady, guess what? Your children are probably going to go to school and call someone fat.
Truth be told, at television stations across the country, there are reporters and anchors with countless stories of receiving hateful emails, even here in Tulsa and at Channel 2. But we also have a reporter whose story of bullying started long before her time in TV.
If you want the city to take away that...
2 News viewers know Michelle Lowry as part of the Problem Solvers team. She will tell you her red hair makes her stand out. And while that may be a good thing on TV, she says it's not always been the case.
I felt the shift in probably 4th or 5th grade when I realized there was a group of girls that really didn't like me, and I didn't have any reason, why.
Freckled-faced and red hair, some would say she looked like the all-American kid. Michelle will tell you she got anything but the all-American treatment.
They started just circling around me, and I was very afraid because I didn't know what they were going to do.
She says at times she was teased, shoved, and even assaulted.
2 of them actually pulled the shirt that I was wearing off and ran into the bathroom and put it in the toilet. And I went in and got it out of the toilet and rinsed it out as best I could and wore it for the rest of the day. I was, in tears and completely humiliated.
Michelle says she never knew why she was picked on. Perhaps it was only because she stood out and was different. The pain stays with her still today.
I know there are kids out there right now that are hurting, and I remember it. It's still fresh, more than 30 years later. And I just wish I could get through to any bully that you're not making your life better. You're hurting someone else and you're hurting yourself.
When you're joking with your friends, is that bullying? I don't think so, but you don't ever really know how that person receives it.
To find out more about bullying with today's kids, we met with a church youth group full of high school students from various schools in the Tulsa metro. All say bullying is a problem. Most admit they too are likely guilty of bullying at one time or another.
I mean, I see bullying every day. I mean, I partake in it sometimes, and it's just really easy to fall into.
Some couldn't say if their school even had a bullying program. Others say they've not been very effective.
Everyone turns it into a joke, so obviously it's not taken very seriously, and it should be.
Some of the takeaways: boys thought bullying was worse for boys, girls thought it was worse for them. And when it comes to cyberbullying and social media such as Twitter, the boys and girls disagreed.
I never really see negative tweets towards people or anything like that. So I feel like the social media thing isn't as big of a problem as like personal face-to-face.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I think kids are more confident when you're not face-to-face with someone, and you're more likely to say things you don't necessarily mean or you wouldn't say face-to-face.
But can bullying be prevented, or is it inevitable?
I think it's human nature just to try to put yourself up against other people, but I think over time it can be changed to where you see everyone as an equal.
When you look at something like racism, like that's changed dramatically within the past 50, 40 years. So I feel like it'll still be out there, but we can douse it and it'll change over time to where it's not such as big a deal as it is now.
We're in the beginning talks.
Steve Hahn with the Parent-Child Center of Tulsa agrees it will take time and progress can be made. The Parent-Child Center has pulled 11 agencies under one umbrella to target bullying. They have a website, preventbullyingtulsa.org. Steve says organizations can help stop bullying, but it begins with each individual.
Not that all kids are going to get along, because we know that doesn't happen, but just to take the social responsibility of being friendly to a person and not isolating them and having them feel like they're a part is meaningful.
Now,
Now, some of the signs that your child may be a victim, they may seem distant, depressed, maybe their grades are slipping. There is help out there, and we've put together a website, so you may want to check out kjrh.com/bullying. We have several stories related to bullying. We also have a helpful questionnaire there, and as you scroll down, we have a lot of resources for bullying, links to several groups that can also help you out, even help you report bullying. Now, if you have been bullied or you were a bully at one time, we also would like to hear from you. Tell us your story. You can do it here on kjrh.com. You can also do it on Facebook or through Twitter.